That's right, we are back with week 3 of Crenbowl Season 9 recap. I am Big Papa Pope, here to take you through the matches of the week, starting with...
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me!
Onions have layers! Ogres have layers!
And this Gnarbler is having its moment in the spotlight, giving a fantastic kickoff that leaves the ball as close as it could possibly be to the Ogres, without it being a touchback. This really leaves Moses with one option, which is to take their Vampire and run to the line, putting it in a spot where the Ogres can easily tackle him. In the next turn, that does happen, but Nuffle must have been feeling a little more generous to Moses, as Sparky is only able to manage them both down, ending his turn and leaving the ball on the ground for him. The following turns are just a scrum for the ball, but on turn 4 there is a lane for a Gnarbler to grab the ball and move down the field. This breakaway actually leads to a fantastic play here by Moses. So the main objective here is to obviously get the ball, but there's a few problems with that. Mainly the tackle zones involved on pulling it off, because you can't go directly to the right, as the Gnarblers are putting up too many tackle zones. So Moses has to make some room for himself. So first thing to do is throw a Hypnotic Gaze on this Ogre, and now blitz with a Vampire to grab the ball. Now it doesn't work perfectly, as Moses doesn't get the full knockdown on the Gnarbler he blitzes. So that makes the Vampire have dodge once, but you know, for agility, he'll be fine. And like that, Moses has control of the ball, and a good opportunity to score. Wow, what a great play. Hey Sparky, how do you... Well, at least he knocks out a Thrall for his trouble. So with all the Ogres just kind of staring at each other, the Vampire is able to break away from the pack, which leads to the first touchdown of the game on the final turn. So on to the next drive, where on turn 11 the Ogres have done what Ogres do and have beaten back the Vampire line. And now we have this Gnarbler dodging away twice and making it to the safety of having the big guys around him. And with all that protection, the Gnarbler is able to run to the right sideline and later run in for the touchdown, tying this game up at 1 apiece. And starting off this final drive with a huge advantage as Sparky gets a blitz and can rush the ball. Turnover. Now this does let Moses grab the ball, but Sparky has an Ogre with a head of steam that knocks the ball carrier over. Unfortunately, the Ogre gets knocked down as well, ending the turn before they can snatch at the ball. And now Moses realizes that he can't really win at this point, and the only thing that he can do is stop Sparky from winning. So this Vampire gets up, grabs the ball, sucks the blood of a Thrall for the crime of minding his own business, and throws the ball away. Now the ball does bounce out of bounds and gets thrown back in, but the Gnarbler that tries to pick it up can keep his hands on it. This ends the game with the score of 1-1, giving both players a tie on their record.
Succulent vitality!
I am the Lizard Queen!
So the match starts off immediately with some bad luck for Dolphinium as he rolls on his first block, double attacker down, but nothing reroll can't fix. And it's really low odds of this happening again. Turnover. And just like that, the Skinks descend onto the ball and surround it on the very next turn. And with the Skinks there, the pickup becomes a 5+, which is unsuccessful by the Pest score, leaving the Lizardmen a chance to snatch up the ball. And unfortunately, the Skinks on the very next play actually failed to pick up the ball themselves. The Pest score does not seem too thrilled about that, and we actually have some hot mics here of what the Pest score and Skink were saying in this moment.
So what are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Nothing much.
What my plans?
What are your plans?
Are you?
Yes.
I'm gonna f***ing kill you!
And that Pest score even gets to redeem himself as he grabs the ball and runs to the right, trying to avoid getting jumped by even more Skinks. And by turn 5, the scramble for the ball is finally ended when the ball carrier rolls left and attempts to pass the ball, only for the pass to fail and cause yet another turnover for the Nurgles. And then a Skink runs in and grabs the ball, and while there still is a chance for the Nurgle, I mean, look at that cage. You want to go fight those giant lizard people? Well, neither do the Nurgle, and the Lizardmen get the first score of the game. Now on to the second half, where the Sources are doing what Sources do, which is clearing out center field, smacking everyone around, which gives the ball carrier a lane to run through, with some protection as well. And with the backfield devoid of any defenders, the Skink just runs up to the goal line, but there is some shuffling to be done. Alright, first up, the Skink tries to pass to the Source. Doesn't work. I think they were shocked to see a ball coming at him and panicked. But that's fine, because the other Source next to him thinks it's Goblin, and is able to grab it and run it in for the touchdown, giving the Lizardmen a 2-0 lead. But you know what? These Nurgles aren't done. This ball carrier decides to be the hero and blitz the Skink on the right sideline, and who can truly blame him? Doesn't knock him down, of course. Unfortunately, that Skink squad has returned to once again jump a ball carrier. This time, though, he is able to escape with just a push, which lets him on the next turn blitz and dodge away for the touchdown, ending this game 2-1 in the Lizardmen's favor.
Oh, shit! A rat!
I never asked for this.
And on to some rat-on-rat action, where on turn 1, Biopox already has a Skaven charging down the right side of the field and hand the ball off. So Hendricks is obviously looking to stop that, but Biopox, with his movement forever, Skaven decided to go on the left side for a better opening. And that redirection does help Biopox as he hands the ball off to another gutter runner who scores on turn 4, giving the Skaven the early lead. On to turn 5, where Hendricks is already in a tight spot, having to dodge away with his Goblin in his own backfield to try to make it down the field. He even is able to break away from the pack a little bit and get really close to the end zone, but not if the Skaven has something to say about... Alright. Now with the one shot, the Goblin is about to score for his team. Never mind. Not to be deterred, though, the Denizens are more than determined to score on this drive, and, now, he does use his Apothecary, but now the Troll will be hobbling for the rest of the season with -1 to movement. And now, with the Troll gone, the Rat Ogre is free to go after the ball carrier, and once again knocks down the thrower on turn 12. And now, with the ball on the ground, a Gutter Runner grabs it and runs it in for the second score of the game, 2-0 Skaven. Next turn, Hendrick uses their Wizard, but seems to really only enter his own player, just to give you another idea of how this game is going for him. But despite that, he does take the opportunity to get a player downfield and pass to them. But the Skaven have something to say. Alright. And with that failed blitz, we have Hendricks on the board, just 1 score back now with 2 turns left in the game. But Biopox doesn't seem interested in any possible comeback today, as he hands the ball off to a Gutter Runner on the right side of the field, who then runs it down, already threatening to score. And despite an attempt from Hendricks to stop the Skaven, the Rats do run it in for the final touchdown, and get 3-1 in Biopox's favor.
Stay away from my vodka!
Oh, yeah! This is happening.
And Sycono here at the start doesn't really feel like wasting any time, as he already has a cage formed deep into Kislev's territory. Sycono, though, doesn't have the best cage formed here, as his front left corner needs someone there to protect against the defense. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, and the Kislev are able to knock down the ball carrier. Now, because of where the ball landed, the Lizardmen are able to snag the ball back. But if there is one thing the Kislev are known for, it's breaking up cages. If you see on the sides here, the Kislev aren't getting any assists by having them marked, and now the Blitzer leaps in to knock the ball carrying down once again. And with the ball in a much better area for the Kislev, Snark is able to grab the ball and pass it off to another player, who then runs it down towards the Lizardmen side of the field. Now, there's an attempt by a Crocscore to try and blitz the ball carrier, but it doesn't seem to go to plan.
And look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out!
And from here, Snark is just trying to delay until the end of the half. Uh-oh. I think they forgot Sycono had a Wizard. And with both Kislev players near the ball down for the count, it gives the Lizardmen the perfect opportunity to grab the ball. Alright. With the ball landing where it did, it gives the Kislev the perfect opportunity to grab it and run it in on the next turn for the touchdown. And now on turn 13, Snark is just trying to delay as long as possible so that the game can just end and the Lizardmen can't score. He does, however, make a crucial mistake by putting the ball carrier within range of the defense, and Asaurus is able to blitz the ball carrier and knock the ball onto the ground. And after this, a scramble for the ball does occur, but then something beautiful happens. It's just so beautiful.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
How's that mutton, Patrick?
Methinks it's mutton-tastic.
Starting this game off on turn 3, where the Halflings have star player Zara doing a drive-by stab while carrying the ball, helping secure that part of the field. Now, Huckle does make a good attempt at blitzing the cage and getting on the ball carrier, but you might notice that he puts a little too many people on the right side of the field, giving the ball carrier a perfect lane to run through on the left side. Now with the touchdown secured, Frozen blitzes a Norse Ulfenwerner and kills him. Mother Nature fighting back, I guess. Heckle does reroll with the Apothecary to bring him back to life, though. He is missing next game, however. And now, after delaying for a few turns, Zara runs it in for the touchdown, giving the Halflings a lead before halftime. And now we move on to turn 11, where the Norse are already finding a lane to get the ball downfield after passing it to another player. A chance to tie for them, and enough time to score again to make this comeback. And now that ball carrier is going to run in for the, never mind. Seems that Heckle decided to delay the score and go for the tie at this point. Which makes sense if you don't think you can stop the offense, but, With the ball on the ground again, the Halfling that was just launched at the ball carrier gets up and grabs it himself. Well, the Norse aren't really going to let him be the hero today and quickly knock out that Halfling. Feeling all that pressure, he finally decides to run it. Nope. Still wants to delay, though given the circumstances, I'm sure it'll be next turn that he scores. Please just run it in. Just run it in. You have such an opportunity. Just run it in, dude. Yeah, he doesn't run it in. And, yeah, Halfling gets to him. And, yeah, knocks him down. And he grabs the ball. It's okay, though. A blitz is here to save the day. The ball bounces into the one square that has a Norse in it, and the Norse catches it, who then just runs it in to end this game 1-1. Why didn't you just score?
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Ew, I like them. I like goblins.
And now we have a good old Denizens making some progress down the field on turn 3, caging up, and quickly running down the field on turn 4 to pass the ball to a player in the end zone. Uh-oh. And that's a bigger So through sheer skill alone, the High Elves take that ball and run down the field far away from the defensive pack. And then next turn, there was literally nothing that the Denizens could have done to stop this touchdown from happening. So 1-0 High Elves. Next drive, Kitmat is there thinking, you know, I liked how I almost scored there. I want to try to score again. So he goes ahead and does the same thing, but with the distinction of actually throwing the ball to the player this time, who then runs it towards the end zone. And then on the final play of the half, Kitmat scores, tying it up at 1-1 going into halftime. And you know, I think both coaches decided that defense is boring anyways, so big word is thrown to a player downfield as well, who's already threatened to score themselves. Well, Kitmat at least is thinking of some defense, because he is able to knock the ball out of bounds, but once again, goes to a place that's really advantageous for the High Elves because, I mean, there's no Denizens over there. Well, turn 12, the High Elves grab that ball and just toss that thing into the end zone for their second score of the game. So now Kitmat is looking at the field. It's crunch time. It's the 2-minute drill. Sports metaphor. So he brings his ball carrier to the left, doesn't like what he sees. Next turn, rolls right. Has a little shithead gobbo dodge away to the end zone. His thrower runs downfield and passes that ball to that gobbo, scoring the final touchdown of the game, ending this 2-2. And thank you guys so much for watching. That is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Really helps me out. But for now, that's where I will leave you. My name is Big Papa Pope, and I will see you next time.